Died in Johannesburg earlier this morning after a prolonged illness. Preparations for his funeral are expected to begin, with the presidency confirming it will be assisting the family. COPE interim leader Teboho Loate says the funeral arrangements will be announced soon.
We are just waiting for the family. We will be meeting with the family to talk about what needs to happen next. So to this extent, everything will be announced once we have met with the family. They are on their way from Johannesburg coming to Bloemfontein now.
And Malaysia's anti-corruption agency is probing alleged abuse of power, fraud and governance between the Malaysian government and British software design giant Arm Holdings. According to reports, the charges are linked to a 280 million rand or $1 million ringgit deal between two parties. The country allegedly roped in the firm to boost production of high-end semiconductors, a move which would have seen the country move from being a key player in the chip sector into more added value production. The Anti-Corruption Commission says it summoned a total of 12 witnesses from various government agencies. A cloudy Thursday in store for Gauteng tomorrow with scattered showers and thunder showers expected. Johannesburg drops to overnight lows of 17 degrees, peaks at 24, Pretoria 16 and 26, Vereeniging at 15 and also 26. The top story in Eyewitness News this hour: suspended head of organised crime at SAPS, Richard Shibiri, says the 70,000 rand payment he received from suspected crime boss Vusmuzi Katmatlala was a loan to repair his son's car.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
Comfort ends where Marawa Sports Worldwide begins.
Siyaphinda siyakhala as Kaizer Chiefs supporters.
When you see a Kaizer Chiefs fan, please hug us. We are going through a lot.
If it's shaking sport, we are already on it.
The sensational Kurani! Natal Rich Boys. Peikire sa bofelo, se peikire sa bofelo, Bruce Boma. Abatsenya lotho ba sireletsa, mathata isa feli, mathata isa feli.
#MSW.
Vina Maposa, the 0 was for Chiefs.
We still don't look as bad as we looked in the past seasons. This is even more than what we ended up at the end of the season last season. We acknowledge the fact that we disappointed on the field, and we have to redeem ourselves.
Strong opinions, strong sources, strong sport.
Benny McCarthy, a racist, a typical racist who's a football player should get what? What kind of punishment?
In sports, there shouldn't be any place for that. That to be, just kick them out of sports. Simple.
Ban them for life.
Ban them for life.
#MSW. No protection.
Will Benny McCarthy be wanting to be the Bafana coach post the World Cup?
Coach Pitso has my vote for that. I think he deserves another opportunity. He's the most prestigious coach.
This is where sport breaks, bends, and gets told straight.
Good evening, Rob and MSW shareholders. Not forgetting the legend Benny McCarthy, I just have one request. Remember, not even a line, remember his part in Shibobo. Can you please do it for us? Great show as always.
Your part was not silence. Hey, your part was not silence. You don't remember?
Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live.
I wish I could say Latela dance, then the Popesal dance. It's not the case, man. With the Proteas right now, maybe the Popa, Ella dance. Rarach. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good. I can tell you the Black Caps have not lost a single wicket. It's 117 for the loss of nothing. Marco Jansen's blistering. I mean, he had that unbeaten 55 from just 30 balls, rescuing South Africa from the precarious 77 for 5 to a total of 169 for 8 in the T20. Have they scaled one? Yeah, got a wicket. Yeah, we got a wicket there. Yeah, Kinsani going to help me keep score there. I think I complained about that, and then Rabada said, I'll respond, my friend. And yeah, it's gone. So just, I know, you're driving home, and you're wondering if you're going to catch it at home. But I can tell you, though, that, yeah, it's not looking good at all. There was that off-spinner, Cole. McCarthy struck twice. It is only over to put the Proteas under very, very early pressure, while fellow spinners Rakim Ravindra as well as Mitchell Satner tightened the screws. Quinton de Kock, briefly lifted the innings with the 6 before falling cheaply. But Captain Adam Akram as well as Dewald Brevis, they added momentum in the power play. And also Jansen's counter-attack in the closing stages, ensuring that South Africa had something to defend in Kolkata. But right now, though, as I say, 169 for 8 is what South Africa had. 117 for 1 wicket is what New Zealand do carry. What over is that, Kinsani?
What does it say?
What is it saying right now?
I can't see it.
Yeah, I think 10.
10.
10
Robert, I think
it's done, eh?
I think it's done.
It's done, yeah.
It would have to be all our ancestors, the gods, everything.
All put together. Right?
All put together, honestly.
Not even Netbank can save us here.
I wish.
Hassan Besigwe, ATM. It is Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go! The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.
But because we believe as South Africans that something can happen, we will keep you updated with everything that does happen in front of us, yeah? We have to probably go to Specsavers, upgrade our glasses.
Take lanes.
One contact lens. I think you did well for this particular... I was hoping for something great by the time we get on air, but yeah, it's cricket, guys. Hey, maybe let me not say that C word. But hey, let's talk about something which is beyond 90 minutes here. I mean, it's beyond the goals, it's beyond the glory, because, football in South Africa is not just a game. I mean, we talk about it as being an ecosystem, it's communities, it's dreams, it's an opportunity. And when we talk about partners who don't just sponsor the game, but they invest in its future, one name really, really does stand tall. I've mentioned Netbank. It's the Netbank Cup. It's evolved. I think it's evolved right in front of our eyes into more than just a tournament. I mean, they're in partnership with the Premier Soccer League, representing hope for the underdog, magic for the supporter, also a national stage where giants can fall and also new heroes are born. So what about this season, guys? What about the season? I mean, the last 8 kind of looks a little bit different. I know a lot of you have said it on air. The so-called big teams have crashed out. The script has been flipped a little bit. Romance of knockout football is alive and well. And that's what we love about it. You can never script these things. But what is the strategy behind it all? I mean, what does long-term commitment to SA football really look like? And how does corporate South Africa move beyond just branding into national team building?
I mean, firstly, Robert, thank you for having me. And when I walked into the studio, the first question I asked was about the Proteas, because I think it tells you a lot about how, as a brand, we feel about sports.
Yes.
Because we understand the impact that it has on our country and our people, and just like, the vibe that it gives us. So when we look at the Netbank Cup, and it is the longest running football sponsorship at the moment in South Africa.
Wow.
Did you know that?
Tell
19 years. Wow. There's no one longer than us. And it shows you that we believe we've got a great partner in the PSL. We believe that the impact that it has, I think, on fans, whatever game like you would have gone to, whether it's a full game or not, because even the games that are have got small teams, the dream that they have, right, is so impactful for that community and for the big teams that might not be doing well. That's a big dream for themselves to turn things around. Yeah. And so we know the impact that it has on that. And then we also know the impact that it has on our brand. I don't think Netbank ever gets into a bigger conversation than Netbank Cup. So we absolutely love this partnership with the PSL. And we're great that we've got a great partner who, supports us in that partnership.
Would you say that was part of the overall strategic thinking behind the partnership and its sustainability? Like you say, 19 years is a long time, and football just continues to grow. I mean, we sit here, we watch the game, we don't know, is it the David or is it the Goliath that's going to be winning, etc. But was that part of the strategy?
I mean, when you say was it part of the strategy, it almost feels like we said that the big three must get out. The strategy is more around how do we ensure that we develop football in South Africa? Yeah. And it comes across in many ways, right? So first of all, it comes across in the teams themselves. Whilst Pirates fans will feel very emotionally sad when they hear of a team called Castric, what Castric has done for themselves in terms of putting themselves on the map of South Africa, maybe even the map of rival fans and stuff, I think.
Especially because Bucks Mtombeni is such a big Pirates fan. Even his name is Bucks. Bucks. It's almost like Castric will give you gastric bypass.
This is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I think just from the teams themselves, what a beautiful story for a team that, truly speaking, no one had ever heard of. Yeah. And I can imagine when you look at our final 8, if you look at the teams that are there, we've got some names, TS Galaxy, that have won it before and stuff. But there's names no one has heard of, but there's players in those teams that no one really knows. And I think in the context of the impact for football in South Africa, we know what's going to come out of that. I know Aubrey will probably be mad at me because I always bring up Aubrey Mudiba because I absolutely know the impact that Netbank Cup had on him. Kiona. Yes. And, representing Bafana in Morocco. And I mean, honestly speaking, those players for us that are going to come out in those top 8 who potentially will have a very different career than they ever could. But I also think I'll tell you what's more important. If Netbank Cup was always won by a team that plays in the first league, right? I just think then the story of David versus Goliath would be a lie. Then it wouldn't actually make sense. That's the beauty about knockout football, is that at that particular moment on that day, you can do something that no one ever believed you could ever do. And we've seen teams do that. And so strategically for us, in the context of South African football and giving teams that could never have any chance of, because whoever wins it, as you know, will play on the continent.
Yes.
This is what we're delivering for them.
And continental football is so important. I think that's what Stellenbosch realized, and the struggles of having to travel to DR Congo and come back and then play a game. So you want teams to express themselves and really see how solid they are performance-wise within the continent as a whole. I mean, I was looking at Amazulu. Amazulu, people will be surprised that they've been in cup finals on 6 occasions. And once again, it's a case of, can they revive that? They've been yearning for a form of silverware of any kind. And here's an opportunity as well. Maybe even the colors almost kind of align. I'm not a marketer, but I'm seeing things here that do happen. Does the conversation, especially around where a cup final would be staged, the venue be staged, when does that decision start getting made?
I mean, I'll be honest, it's a difficult conversation for us right now. I think the last time I was here last year, I told you that generally around the quarterfinals, semifinals, we've decided, because we do try make it an objective venue that doesn't necessarily favor anyone.
So like a neutral venue.
Neutral venue, you know what I mean? And so it's a difficult conversation between us and the PSL. We still going through that. I'll tell you, our biggest focus is to ensure that we have a venue that can deliver great football, great access for, fans, because we know how that can be an issue. A venue that can take a number of fans into it, no matter who's in the final. And I'm saying it now on your show.
Please do.
I bet on us and PSL. We had a final in Cape Town between Free State Stars and Maritzburg United. And no one thought, these two teams are in Cape Town, and we had 30,000 people in the stadium.
I was there.
So I bet on us.
You know, the late Mike Mukwena was there.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Ozeze being there, and they were lifting this trophy. It was an atmosphere, and you're 100% correct. Nobody gave them a chance.
No one.
We covered that game. We covered it as if it was what we saw on Saturday, like a derby. Because at the end, it becomes that. I mean, it's football at the highest level, You talk about the fans, and that's the key factor, is that, people talk about the modern game of football. There's also the modern fan. So what does a modern fan look for beyond the 90 minutes? I mean, is there some level of engagement? What can they look forward to as we build up now towards the final?
Quite a bit. You can imagine when the so-called big three were out. I was, on Twitter, on X, and I remember reading tweets saying, hey, the executives at Netbank are probably so stressed right now and stuff. And that's fine. I get that. But actually, like I say, it's beyond that for us, because it gives these teams that, people really don't know, a bigger conversation. So there's a couple of things we're thinking of. First of all, does anyone know where Milford is from?
Yeah.
What Milford means for Mooney's Farm. And so we're going to do a lot of work around profiling these 8 teams, because they are football teams in South Africa and they mean a lot to South Africa. So absolutely, we're going to do some work there, like for fans to engage. We've had conversations, I don't know if you remember this, at the World Cup when South Africa got kicked out and we all of a sudden were Bagana.
I know. We're always ready to fire those.
We're ready, you know what I mean? And so I hope we can get South African fans excited about just someone who you'd never expect to lift the Netbank Cup. How we do that, we haven't quite figured out, but that's absolutely where we are thinking and what our focus is going to be. And we recognize that it's hard for like a Sundowns fan to just go and support some team that they don't know. So how do we build that familiarity and ensure that it becomes, more than just like the team? And, you talk about continental football.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The more teams that we have who've played on the continent, the stronger Bafana is. Because then you've got not just, you know what I mean? Like, you've got not just Pirates and Sundowns and maybe one Chiefs player playing in Bafana. You've got more players in more teams who know how to play against an Egypt, against a Morocco, against a Nigeria.
Also how to travel, because the traveling is a major part of it. How do you manage a layover of 10 hours, for
Absolutely.
example? Do you find a little corner? Do you sleep? What do you do? How do you, if you can't sleep on the flight, does the team doctor administer a sleeping tablet? All of those things, people don't factor them in, but they're a major part. You don't just rock up and play football.
You don't. And a lot of these players, whatever team ends up winning, is going to get that experience, however they fare on the continent. And how that helps our country, that helps Bafana. I can only hope that whatever happens on, June 11 in Mexico.
There's 99 days left.
99 days left.
Mexico's is on fire. America's doing things. Iran is on the edge of whether they pull out, and are they going to go play in Canada instead of playing their games in Washington and Seattle, etc. So there's a lot of things, that is sort of bubbling under right now that we would love to know, but that's football.
And not just football, it's the world.
Yeah.
I had we released our Netbank results yesterday, and we had a pretty decent performance. Our CEO was asked, what do you think about what's happening with the war and all of that? And he said, we can't predict the world, but let me tell you what we know for sure. We know our purpose as Netbank, which is to use our financial expertise to do good. So whatever the environment looks like, we're going to continue to show up like that, whilst understanding the circumstances. And in football, it's exactly the same. We don't know what's going to happen. If you think of the Middle East and you think of where Dubai is, close to a lot of the African, we really have no clue. But if we lived with that level of uncertainty, and decided not to be optimistic in that uncertainty, I think we'll be doing our country and our continent like an injustice. So we're not optimistic in a vague sort of space where we don't see what's going on. We're optimistic while still recognizing the challenges that we've got in front of us.
You're not going to tell us what those results were?
Oh, no, we are. We grew our headline earnings per share by 3%. Our return on equity was above 15%, which is what we told the market. And if you look at our share price, actually we've gone from a share price of about 280 Rand to about 300 Rand. So we're very proud of our performance. Wow. And I just have to remind people. So Netbank has I'm here, so I might as well say it. Netbank has got 8 million clients, right? We've just put in a bid to buy a bank in Kenya called NCBA, which has got 60 million clients. Yep. If that doesn't tell you that we're optimistic about the continent and the world, then I don't know what else we could, right? And this bank in Kenya has got, services in Uganda and Tanzania. And it tells you that, we believe that while South Africa is a base for us, there's bigger growth in Africa, including the current subsidiaries that we have in Eswatini, Mars, Namibia. And so, we had a lot of restructuring last year at Netbank. We changed how we actually, so we feel like we've built a great base and a base for growth, which is good for, by the way, Netbank Cup, because you're operating from a position not of weakness. Because when you're operating from a position of weakness, you start thinking maybe we should cut Netbank Cup.
No, I can't. I mean, I'm already thinking celebration of a 20-year anniversary next year.
Absolutely.
And I'm suspicious, though, because as I head to the break, I'm suspicious about this Kenya thing. You know why?
Yeah.
Who was sitting there yesterday?
Which one?
In that same chair you're sitting in.
Who was sitting here?
It was Benny McCarthy.
Oh, and?
And where does he coach?
Kenya.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
You like tagging people on your selfie, driving a car that plays cassettes, having an afro with a ponytail. That's how you know you're too extra. Sending a voice note that just says okay, an app that tells you when to drink water, when your nickname has a nickname. That's how you know you're too extra. A camel plays a two-way wedding, rating WhatsApp calls when you hang up, an entire party for a child's gender. That's how you know you're too extra.
In life, it's easy to be a bit too extra. But the Soul Man Load Up meal with a burger, soul fries, a cold drink, and 2 extra hot wings is just enough extra. Chicken lickin' soul food.
Get Spar's super savings at every store, in every aisle, every day. Like 2 kg Omo Auto Washing Powder, assorted for $89.99 each with Spar Rewards, or 6 1-liter Spar Long Life Full Cream, Low Fat or Fat-Free Milk, excluding lactose-free, for $89.99 per pack with Spar Rewards. Now that's super savings. Prices valid from 23 February till 8 March, while stocks last. Only at Spar. T's and C's apply.
Nothing beats the thrill of Lotto Star's exclusive slotteries. Go big with Africa Millions. Find your fortune with Lucky Labola. Or strike it rich with Gold Rush Millions. Each spin could lead to payouts of up to 10 million Rand instantly. Spin now at Lotto Star, your world of live games. Lotto Stars licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. Winners know when to stop. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
That's a card. Love it.
Let's clear your card when I get.
For real?
Yeah, bo. With my cashback from My Way, I will be getting 10% of my premiums back for staying claim-free for 2 years. So I'll have some extra cash to spoil you and let you live your way.
Dad, you're the best.
Real people, real cars, real rewards. For a quote, visit myway.co.za. My cashback is a feature on qualifying products paid after 2 claim-free years and all premiums paid. Premiums are risk profile dependent. MyWay is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's apply. MyWay. Live your way.
Mzansi, your upgrade is here. Own the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra with Vodacom. Get 512 gigs of storage and only pay for 256 gigs. That's twice the space for 1,349 per month over 36 months on a 6 gig Redcore plan. Enhance your deal. Get the Galaxy Watch 8 eSIM for just 149 per month over 36 months. Pre-order today. Available in-store and online. T's and C's apply. Further together. Vodacom.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And it is a goal for Benny McCarthy.
UEFA Champions League winner and also a man who continues to shape the future of African football, Benny McCarthy.
I have just 3 questions. First question, I read somewhere that Benny might join Rulani at MSLJ. Is that true? Another question is that is he open to coach Kaizer Chiefs if that offer comes? Because that team need a coach, man. That team need a coach. Lastly, after World Cup, boss is leaving South Africa. So can he take Bafana job?
He fired 3 dangerous questions as well.
The airspace is not safe here. Rumors about you joining Rulani, yes, no?
Yeah, there was interest. Nothing materialized.
Kaizer Chiefs.
But they're happy, man.
You're a good dribbler. I don't want you to be dribbling me in studio.
If nobody came knocking on my door, that means that they are happy. You happy with what you have?
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
All right, last few minutes as we chat to Netbank Group Executive for Marketing and Corporate Affairs, Kensani Nobanda is with us here in studio. Kensani, I was talking about, the fans here on social media saying, okay, what nice little things are you bringing for us? Are we going to be predicting scoring competitions? What's going on?
We've got a couple of sort of, great thoughts that we always do, but I think I want to speak about 2 of them. So the first one is what we call Score Your Loan. Basically, if you get a loan from Netbank for 20,000 Rand and the scorer of a goal in a game is number 20, we write your loan off. Ganjalo.
You write your loan off?
Yes, we write your loan off.
So what if I just bought a house yesterday?
No, I give personal loan.
Oh.
Personal loan. And you know what it is, Rob? Because I think in the a lot of people ask us, you're the money experts who do good, why are you pushing personal loans? But we understand the role of credit in the context of people's lives. One, just to get a good credit score, right? But also just to ensure that you're able to do stuff for your family, yourself, that you wouldn't be able to do. And what Netbank will help you with is just pay that off in a very responsible manner. So that's, I think, a big one. I don't know if I should say this one, but I'm so excited about it. It really goes to inclusivity. Mm-hmm. One of the things that is pretty clear to us as Netbank is that if you're a person who's blind and you can't see, the way you experience football is actually very different. And whilst you can listen to it on radio, it's not as... the experience is actually made for people who can see. And so we've got a great idea for the Netbank Cup final that's going to be inclusive and bring, people who are blind into the game in a way that has never been done before. And SuperSport is completely on board on this. Yes. We really, I think when we say Kiona Yaruna, when we added the Yaruna piece.
It is for you.
It was for you. It's and so you can't exclude other people in it,
I love that. I think we had a question for you.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to Sis Kensane. A quick one. Is there a plan in place from a Netbank sponsorship perspective? Should a team like Jackson Spears win the Netbank Cup, considering that they are playing in the ABC Motsepe, a league where there is no financial backing and they will be required to represent the country in the continent? Thank you so much.
Deboka, thank you so much. I mean, that's the only amateur team that is left right now is Jackson Spears.
It's a great question, but let's remind ourselves, how much do they win when they win the Netbank Cup?
You remind us, you're the one with money.
They win 7 million Rand. You know what I mean? That's already a great starting point. And by the way, that 7 million is if they win it, right? they've been in every stage that they've been getting money. And so hopefully as the owners of the teams think about all of that, it's about like, if we do get to play in the continent, what does it look like? Having said that, the last thing we would want as Netbank is to have a team that goes, plays continental football, representing South Africa actually, and being hamstrung. So we will always have the conversation with the owners of the team to be able to say, how can we assist? Because it's important that we show our best foot forward.
You're a true marketer.
I didn't win Market of the Decade for nothing.
You're a true marketer because you were almost going that way. And then you said, how can we assist? Oh, Kitsani, love the chat, but always look forward to your conversations. And I've got to remind people that since, 1990?
Yeah.
And as I was, obviously earlier today preparing to have the conversation with you, I just thought I'd remind people that since 1990, you've raised over 515 million rand, funded nearly 4,000 projects. And we love that to continue. And that's a good connect, because the next conversation we'll be having with the two gentlemen that are awaiting has to do with grassroots.
Absolutely.
And those kind of games that then bring rise to your Jacksas of this world, that brings rise to what we then saw back in those days when Sundowns would be humbled, by certain colleges that we can't. But everything of the best. I know that we'll have more conversations. It's always important to keep the fans' vision alive, in as much as we keep the club's vision alive, is to do that. But everything of the best, and congratulations on those remarkable figures that you shared with us earlier on.
Now, thank you for having me as always.
Thank you so much. That's the Netbank Group Executive for Marketing and Corporate Affairs, Ukensani Nobanda. You can follow her on all social media platforms. She is right there. I mean, imagine a marketer who's not visible. Impossible.
Hey, Robert Marawa. You know what the problem there, Kaizer Chiefs? They hire a bodybuilder to be a fitness trainer. That's why they got so many injuries. That's why they got so many injuries. They got it wrong there. They hire a bodybuilder there instead of fitness trainer. So their player got injured at the training. They got injured, even if, like the Miguel, he got injured while just doing the warm-up. The problem is there, the training ground. They hire a bodybuilder instead of a fitness trainer. They must get rid of everyone there, the coach, the fitness trainer, goalkeeper, everyone, even the one that are cooking the meal for the players. You give them the wrong meal, they must fire everyone there. And the coach that can fix Kaizer Chiefs is only Rulani Mukwena. That guy can fix Kaizer Chiefs.
Mr. Marawa, le ka ntate o bua le Slepe mo from Kwakwa. Gore wa tseba pelo ya ka ha isa na tshepo as supporter for Kaizer Chiefs. Hantle ke tsebe hore maybe lona ka hore ke gale le mo industry ya bolo kapa re bone ka mahlo a tshwana. Actually technical Kaizer Chiefs tla me change ha iyo taba ya yona. I nna ka understand hore na dintshang hantle a ke tsebe.
Marawa Sports Worldwide. We ask the questions they are scared to answer.
It was a mutual conversation. It was a mutual termination.
#MSW.
All right, changing gears here, guys. It is so fun today. We're going to be turning the spotlight on an organization that has transformed passion into purpose and also purpose into possibility. So this is not just about football. It's about a movement. You know, Shagga Sports has turned dusty fields into launch pads of destiny, producing more than 30 professional players who have gone on to wear the colors of clubs like Stellenbosch Football Club. You talk about TS Galaxy, Sekhukhune United. That is not luck. I mean, that is what I call structure, vision, relentless belief. But the impact stretches far beyond the 90 minutes. I mean, from netball courts to running clubs, you know, from grassroots programs to community upliftment. They have a blueprint. And I am excited to welcome Tsepo Lichane, who is the Shagga Sports founder and president, as well as Tommy. Makubela, Shaka Sports Head of Marketing and Commercial. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Let me start with you, Mr. President. Welcome to the show.
It's a great pleasure, Rob, and it's nice to see you at last.
Finally.
I've been listening to you for a very, very long period of time. This is a great honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think it's the great work you do that forced our hand to search for you, hunt you down, and bring you here. Tell me what sparked the idea, though, because, I mean, we'll obviously give more detail as the conversation continues, but what for you was that spark?
Look, it was an idea that came from the community of Soshanguve. We had people like my chairman, Ntate Mafasi, Secretary General Mavasa, a lot of them, PRO, they just came and said, can we start a tournament? Then I said to them, are you guys serious? I love big things. I don't play small.
Yes.
They said, we are serious. Then I said, let's do this. Then we started just like that.
And it's grown, eh? I mean, shock us because, sure, and I know the details, but when you're talking about a tournament that starts off with such high numbers, how do you manage?
Look, the vision is big.
Yeah.
This thing, in fact, now is bigger than us. Very soon we will be recruiting people like yourself to bring the expertise to the tournament. Look, we started with 16 teams. We are sitting at 154 teams now, from your under 13, under 17, under 15, women, masters and seniors. We have teams from the continent, Nigeria, Lesotho, Swaziland, Zimbabwe, and all that. But it was something that we have done it honestly.
Yeah.
We are open to the community. We are open to the teams. We are saying, let's own this thing. Let's make it our brand. And they love it.
Sure.
That's why we are successful in doing what we are doing now.
I mean, everybody likes to talk about a development formula, and having to produce over 30 professionals is not a small feat. What would you say that formula has been? Well, sometimes players, they lose hope. They don't become professionals. But a lot that have come through that particular program, that tournament, have gone on to become professionals.
Look, it's easy, honesty. Rob, when you are honest, you know, humans, we sometimes lose ourselves when we grow.
Yeah.
The people, they love this tournament because of we are very honest. I always say to the teams, I take no nonsense. I don't like nonsense people who come and bring up stories here. When you come to the tournament, you must know that we are going to treat each and every team fairly. Now, we give that platform to all these players who are coming there. You can see, starting this coming weekend, we are going to have a lot of players that will be in that tournament. And all of them, whether on National First Division, whether it can be Mutsipe Foundation, whatever the case, they will be there, knowing very well that we are going to give them the best. That is why you see this kind of growth and players going all the way to play in the PSL. I'm definitely sure plus minus 40 players this end of the tournament, they will be playing in the PSL.
Oh, that's remarkable, though, because as much as that success, we've seen it grow, you need what Tommy brings, which is, as head of marketing and commercial, a branding perspective. I mean, how have you positioned, Tommy, as we welcome you, Shaka Sport, as more than just, a football organization? How have you been able to do that? Good to see you, man.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate being here. I think for us as Shaka Sports, it has been a very great moment of truth. And that, where there's truth, there's storytelling as well. I mean, as President said, it started in 2021 and also having to being called up. He found me, searched for me and looked for me. And then he was like, hey, man, I need you to grow this great vehicle that we have. And it's a vehicle that changes lives, and to hear about the success stories that have come out from the players, from the community impact, from the jobs being created, from the opportunities given to an ordinary young person who just has a talent and want to see themselves in bigger stages in their sporting code, be it it's running, be it it's netball, be it it's basketball. Shaka has been a home for thousands and thousands of people and young people. So for me, that was just an authentic story for me to just take it and bring it into different boardrooms as much as possible. And luckily we are getting there, Rob, and then we have so much brands right now that we are working with, which is something amazing. And
I saw you at work. I mean, you kind of door stopped the Netbank personnel as they were walking out, and there was an exchange of numbers, and I was saying to myself that this is what this connect should be.
100%.
So when you come through here and you're talking about a Kiona Cup,
Yeah.
and you talk about Netbank Cup,
Yeah.
and then you come through and you're talking about Shaka Sports, and you're saying,
Yeah.
guys, sometimes these marriages are made somewhere in the
100%.
heavens, and
100%.
hopefully that does result in something. We're going to take a quick break though, but a quick reminder, guys, that this will be from the 7th of March until the 5th of April. Over 140 teams descending across 5 stadiums, battling for glory, and there is R1 million prize money for the champions.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.
Join us at Hirsch's for our massive 47th anniversary sale on now until the 17th of March. We have unbeatable deals on TVs, appliances, aircons, and much more. Save 6,000 Rand when you purchase a Hisense 575-litre French door fridge for 19,999 or get a Hisense 8-litre air fryer for 1,299. These and other amazing anniversary deals available in-store online at Hirsch's.co.za. Hirsch's, we will save you money.
So, when are you lovebirds finally going to get married? Aibo! Your cousin Tandi just had a second baby, and I heard
You can't pause life, but you can take a holiday from payments. Get the Suzuki Jimny 5-door and Suzuki will cover up to your first 3 installments, so you can explore without limits this summer. Visit suzukiauto.co.za. T's and C's apply.
It's Harold Ned Forest Hotline, Rowan on the line.
Harold, help. Last year, I forgot my wife's birthday.
Whoops, let me guess. Things got a bit hairy, hey?
No, the exact opposite. She swapped my shampoo for hair remover. There's not a hair left on my head.
Ooh, smooth.
Please help me get it right this year.
Oh, you can get a lot more than right. Just visit Net Florist and order the biggest birthday bouquet you can, and your head will be all taken care of. Net Florist, it's easy to show you care.
From your pet's bowl
to Belito, bro.
or Barcelona, maybe Bordeaux,
How about Brazil?
or Butts, Betty's, Baviance, Bella Bella, or even Benoni. Buy any Hills pet food and you could win one of 10 holidays worth 200,000 Rand each. Or take the bucks. Scientifically proven formulas for your pet. An adventure for you. Hills Pet Nutrition. Science does more. T's and C's apply.
Aware, guys. I just paid my little bro school fees and I still have 120 left in my pocket. Let's celebrate. I'm buying all 4 of us a proper meal.
Tip, 4 meals with that money. Oh, you're taking us to the fish and chip company for the Aware meal deals, ne?
Yeah, there are 4 delicious Aware meal deals to choose from for just 29.90 Rand each. Like 3 mini Russians and chips or a lekker fish and chip burger, all for the same Aware price.
29.90 Rand. Let's buy.
The Fish and Chip Company.
Fresh, hot, and a lot.
To live wealthier, you need to be able to grow your assets. At Standard Bank Private, you get a team of internationally acclaimed financial experts to advise you on local and global investment strategies. Plus, being with the leader in home loans, you can start expanding your property portfolio. So, come live wealthier with Africa's best private bank. Apply online at standardbank.co.za. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And it is a goal for Benny McCarthy.
UEFA Champions League winner and also a man who continues to shape the future of African football, Benny McCarthy.
Wanted to tackle the world, and then I went to Spain. It started off amazing, and then it just completely went downhill like in an instant.
Was it that hectic?
It is tough. is tough.
Because I know in the book you talk about them almost being semi-scammers. They want to pay you in cash and not deposit money into the bank account.
People make you feel that you don't belong. You locked yourself indoors. I wasn't going out. I wasn't going anywhere because I don't want to be called a monkey constantly. And
Were you being called that?
Was. Negro, vete pa tu país. Bananas get thrown at you. Do you just pick it up and chow one?
But if you only have love for your own race, then you only leave space to discriminate. And to discriminate only generates hate.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
Good evening, Rob. Rob, all I can say is that football left the boardroom long time ago there at Lina Road in Naturena. And what we are witnessing is a tactical bankruptcy of the highest order. And I think the family must just concede and allow people who understand football to assist, because what they are doing is just an embarrassment to this club. Thank you so much, Debohoya.
Debohoya, thank you so much indeed. Obviously, in reference to that hiding that Kaizer Chiefs got from Richards Bay. I say hiding because they had no shots on target in 90 minutes. You know, it can be a hiding as in, where were you hiding? Or it can be a hiding as in, if you had to put it in that way. So you choose whichever one you want to have. But I did promise you the updates, guys. It happened mid our conversation. New Zealand, beating the Proteas by 9 wickets. With 43 balls left. So it was 173 for the loss of 1 for New Zealand, compared to the 169 for the loss of 8 in those 20 overs for South Africa. So promised a lot, promised a lot, didn't deliver when it mattered. But well done, guys. Always brave, commendable, some good cricket we've seen. But fell short. Tommy Makubelo is here, Sugar Sports Head of Marketing and Commercial. We got Tsepo Lejana, Sugar Sports Founder and President in studio. One of the things I wanted us to stress, I know sometimes when you talk about these tournaments, people always think football.
Yeah.
But we also have to have a redress. I see you wearing the running club. There's netball, there's volleyball. And just off air, you whispered something that really excited me. You said you're in the middle of building one of the biggest swimming pools. Tell me more about that project.
Look, Rob, like I said, the reason why we established this project is to bring back the flair in the townships. You go around suburbs, especially of white people. You will find young people training all over. You can go now anyway. In the Black Township, you don't find that. We need to change that mindset. We don't have to be victims forever. We need to do something correct. At Shaka Sports, what we did, we've got volleyball there, we've got basketball. We have built the whole facility. You can't talk about sports if you don't have facility. That's why whenever I meet government officials, I'm saying to them, don't talk about sports if you don't maintain facilities. It is extremely important. So we have done that. The last step now, we are building a 100-meter swimming pool. We will be using other facilities from the municipality, but we want to do our own. In the next coming 5 to 8 years, we'll have a black person winning there.
At the Olympics.
Phelps, we'll have that one.
Yeah. Sure.
Easy.
That was my challenge to a very honest conversation I had with Chadley Clough. And I said, when he was talking about building programs and inclusive programs and saying that he will focus on the black communities. And I said, yes, I mean, one of these days I would love to see Michael Mkwanazi winning a gold medal or even just being in the podium of an Olympic Games or Commonwealth Games or any kind of games, doing it for South Africa, because that will spark such an excitement, because you need a role model. Do you believe, though, that that particular step is a step in the right direction? Would you be able to maintain? Because a lot of the times when such great infrastructure is put up in the townships, they get broken down, they get dilapidated and so on. How do you maintain that?
Not really. Look, townships, they love themselves. To be honest, is that they don't get support. Some of these things need money. Rob, for example, if I'm talking about producing that particular person, meaning I'm going to put resources into it, you need a coach. You don't just build. for the sake of building and showcase and post on Facebook or whatever the social media. You need to pay the coach. So township don't really break. You've got some when you go across, whether it can be Soweto, it can be Soshanguve. There are facilities. They are not breaking them.
Yeah.
That is a fallacy. If people are saying township, they don't break nothing. They break if something is not working. If the toilets are not working, we are going to break it, of course. But if they are working, we are going to protect it. So I know what I'm going to do. They are not. Here we are 6 years. They did not break nothing. We have built there. We've got a soccer stadium, fully fledged soccer
So
stadium.
there's a respect for the facilities.
Of course.
From the community because
the community love
Yeah.
beautiful things. If you give them mediocre, of course, why should they protect mediocre?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give them right things, they will protect it. 6 years. We are a living proof. We've got, you can come tomorrow morning.
No, I believe you. I've done the background checks, and
Yes.
that is why
No.
it excited me that we have the conversation.
Yes.
And I talked about the prize money of,
Yes.
of R1 million. So a lot of people will see it and say, is it a transformative type of win? So you win R1 million. In the back of your mind, what is Bratsepo thinking? When the trophy is being lifted and the check is being handed over. I mean, it's a level of success. Tell me more.
We are no longer there, Rob. We are talking about 10 million next year.
10?
10.
Next year.
Why are you talking about 1 million? 1 million is nothing. Last year, the teams were winning 500,000 rand. And the reason why the change in mindset, I'm saying to the teams, to organize a team, Rob, just to organize a team, to bring it to the tournament, it costs you 200,000. Any day, anyway. Just to go and ask for a player to play for your team, they will ask you 5,000 rand. You count 5,000 rand, soccer boots, food, transport. Rob was talking about, Makubela was talking about teams that are coming from Durban, Eastern Cape. How much do you think it will cost them?
It's a lot.
It's a lot of money. So now, this money, this 1 million is nothing to the team. The teams are going to, possibly the owner is going to get 300 or maybe 100,000. The rest of the money will go to the expenses and the players. That's why we are now saying to the teams, I told them, I said, guys, can we just collect all of us? Just put little bit 30,000 rand there and there. The team next year must win 10 million.
Sure.
So that we start to build this whole thing properly and make sure that we are building it. 10 million, don't talk about 1 million. That one we are done. We are starting on Saturday. I see a lot of things, they are scared now. They are calling me every night. Can't we postpone? We are not postponing. We are starting on the 7th. And we are finishing
Why
on
do they want to postpone?
No, they are scared. I mean, come on, Robert.
Tom, tell me, I mean, this upcoming tournament, right? Yes, sir. What makes it commercially attractive?
What makes it commercial attractive, Brother Rob, is the stories that we tell, is the number of teams that are coming in who are looking for opportunities, because we have that pipeline, we've identified that pipeline of saying we are being discovered here. Hence the brands like Bundesliga, La Liga have been our partners to come through. So that on its own, to say you've brought people from Spain to come and identify talent here. There's a goalkeeper that was playing for Mtaka's.
Yeah.
We did a top 4 with La Liga at our own stadium, Shaga Stadium. People from Spain came through. That boy was scouted there. Now he's in the PSL colors as we speak. He's a goalkeeper for a PSL team. Wow. So those stories, when you package them well and you take them to the right audiences, Rob, they're able to say, you know what, we want to see more of these happening. So now 10 rand, Kubegani near Pambi, as much as it's hard, because when you go into an office, especially when people haven't seen the product, when you go into an office and say, we run a sports facility with a lot of ecosystems, they are thinking, affiliation fee, we want people's affiliation fees to make money. This is not the case. But Rob, on our own, we spend about 5 million rand every year for this kind of tournaments. And for us, it's not about the money, because we are not getting any money back. We are not selling tickets to our stadiums. We are even giving soccer players jerseys, football kits, water, all those things. All we want is for brands to journey with us to say, let's produce more talent and make sure that they are in greater spaces. From netball, we have one of the biggest netball tournaments. It starts in June. It's amazing. We've seen all provinces participating last year. This year, we are also expecting more countries outside to participate. So it's not only about Shaka Easter Soccer Tournament. It's about the entire ecosystem, as we are saying. Now that we are talking about the swimming pool conversation, it is also our dream, to see a Takis Tole from wherever, an orange farm, being in the Olympics and winning in the podium. So it's those stories, Barob, that make it commercial viable. And of course, you need to have the brains and the know-how, just like I do, to be able to sell those things across. And we have some of the exciting brands who have not even been in the township malls to activate, but they took it with us to come and partner with us and journey with us. So it's really amazing times ahead.
I can understand why this partnership of yourself and Utepo is working, because you guys are very forceful in terms of how you do things, but you do it with a good heart. So what I want to know, and especially in your field,
yes, sir,
sustainability of this and itself. I mean, if you look and you want to ensure that beyond the event itself, it is sustained. How do you go about that?
So we run, especially I'm going to speak now for the Shaka Easter Soccer Tournament. It's not only a once-off annual event a year. During the year, we have games, as I told you about now, the top 4 that we did with La Liga. There's things like that. There's a Road 2, where we say the teams that have affiliated come and even play for like a 200,000 Rand grand prize that you didn't affiliate for. We do the top 8 that run in 3 months, and then we do it like a champions of champions. So we keep those systems going so that even the players know that this is the biggest tournament that we are playing at. I must stay fit. I must go to the gym. I must go to training. I must be on top of my game every single time, because Shaka Easter Soccer Tournament comes with the roster of tournaments, and a roster of games. So things like launching. Our launcher alone is premium. You've seen the video. Next year, you are the MC because you are doing it in Sun City in January.
You're not messing around, eh?
No.
Sun City, though, the resort.
Sun City, the resort.
That's all cares.
You are the MC, brother. Thank you in advance.
Yeah. And I know that you're very visible on social media, so I want to find out the role of social media.
Yes, sir.
And what that plays, and how are you capitalizing on using it?
Right now, I think if we're to find a social media company that could, collate all the social media impressions that have the hashtag Shaka Easter Soccer Tournament, I think we are over 5 million or 10 million impressions right now, because every team, every player is talking about we are going to play at Shaka. Remember, Rob, we have 144 teams. 144 teams equals to over 4,000 players. Everyone is talking about, and then there's fans, there's families as well who are saying, I'm posting about that, getting ready. As we said, there's people coming from all provinces, esigodini la uphuma khona enkandla njengoba uphuma enkandla bro. There's a team that is coming from there. We are all happy to say, our boys are going to play for 1 million Rand. We support them. We post that, we share that on social media. So right now, it plays a huge role because it creates the vibe, and then also it creates credibility and authenticity of our stories, because it's not stories that we tell, but it's people that are telling them the stories themselves.
All right, Pratsepo, thank you. I'm not gonna leave it to the marketer to shut it down for us. I want you to just let someone who joined the conversation late, what's going to be happening, where it's going to be happening, and just a summary of your expectation for this year.
Rob, firstly, let me thank you for inviting us in your studio, and thank all our supporters across the country and wherever they are listening to your station, to say, guys, that thing is starting on the 7th, this coming Saturday. We expect all of you to join us. What we can assure you is that we are going to give you safety. You're going to be safe. You can bring kids, you can bring anyone. We are going to make sure that we are safe in our facilities. And to all the teams, I'm wishing you all the best. Let the best team win. Especially there is a team that I saw, it comes from Free State. I wish they can win, even though they are a little bit plumbers, but they can come and win. They are behaving like Kaizer Chiefs. But I'm wishing each and every team all the best. starting Saturday. And thank you very much.
You're firing shots here. Hey?
No, not really. Look, Rob, I see that you are blaming Kaizer Chiefs. Look, I don't think there is a problem there.
No, I'm not blaming. That was the voice note.
Yeah, they will sort it out. I think I trust the family, the Kaizer family. They will sort it out.
Who should they appoint as a coach there?
I've requested Pizzo. I said to Pizzo, I was with Pizzo 2 weeks back. Yeah. I said to Pizzo, go and coach Kaizer Chiefs. He said, I'm waiting for them to call me.
Game over. Tommy, thank you so much indeed. Bratsepo, appreciate it, guys. Let's go and watch the game. Shaka Sports, Head of Marketing and Commercial, and also Shaka Sports founder and president. I enjoy such conversations because they give so much hope. This has been Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
The thrill, the drama, the action. Play the game again. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. #MSW Live.